Imagine growing up as a kid, playing football and having the dream of being in the NFL. When you grow up, you finally accomplish that dream, getting a $3 million contract and playing your favorite sport. Would you want to leave all that to join the Army? Most people would say no, but Pat Tillman is one to say yes. Pat Tillman left the NFL to join the Army after 9/11. He was willing to give up the money and fame to serve his country after it had just been attacked. He served in Afghanistan before he was killed by friendly fire. Many of you may not know who Pat Tillman is, and you should know who he was because he was one of America's greatest heroes for giving up money to serve what was right. After doing research and extending my general knowledge on Pat Tillman, I really tapped into who he was as a person and learned more about his bravery and courage. I will be going over Pat Tillman's life in the NFL, his life in the Army, and details on how he was killed in Afghanistan, and the conspiracies that follow. According to the Pat Tillman Foundation website, he was born on November 6, 1976 in San Jose, California, to Mary and Patrick Tillman. He went to Leland High School in San Jose, where he excelled in academics and led his team to a state championship in football. He went to Arizona State to play college football. Everyone thought he was too small to play football, but his intensity as a player made up for it. He led the Sun Devils to the Rose Bowl and also received 3 academic selections as an All-American football team, a first-team academic All-American, and the NCAA's postgraduate scholarship for academic and athletic excellence. Because there was not a lot of good athletes who have attitude like Pat, with having good grades and being good at football, the Arizona Cardinals recognized his mentality and drafted him 7th round in the 1998 draft. Everyone doubted his playing time due to small size compared to other NFL players, which he is about 5'11", but he started safety and broke the franchise record for tackles in 2000, having 224. From going to football to the Army, Tillman's one-of-a-kind attitude never changed. As noted by Nagel's 2010 article, Everyday Heroes and the ProQuest Research Library, Tillman said his reason for joining the Army is, "My great-grandfather was at Pearl Harbor, and a lot of my family has gone and fought in wars, and I really haven't done a damn thing as far as laying myself on the line like that." He joined the Army Rangers to get the most action with his brother Kevin. He didn't like to do a lot of interviews and didn't want a lot of attention for the decision he made. Fighting in the war, they went to Iraq right away, and they were not happy because they didn't get to see a lot of action. None of the war was happening in Iraq at the time, but it was in Afghanistan instead. Tillman's NFL agent said that he could find any way to get him back in the NFL while he was in Iraq, but Tillman refused. He was deployed to Afghanistan in April of 2004, along with Kevin. The only time that they received action was the time that Tillman was killed by friendly fire. The incident happened when 2 platoons became separated, with one searching for enemies in a nearby village and the other staying back with the vehicle. The group protecting the vehicle became ambushed, taking mortar fire and machine gun. The ambush was believed to not have been a life-threatening situation, but it scared the troops. They began firing back as if their life were on the line. Tillman's group, the one who was searching for enemies in the nearby village, tried to flank them from behind to trap them. The friendly fire occurred because the group being attacked mistakenly thought that their teammates were the enemies, for them being in the same spot as the enemy. Even though the friendly fire was the cause of death, a different story is being released to the public. Discovered by New York Times 2007 article, Seeking the Truth About Pat Tillman and Cayle, a story proclaimed that he died from enemy fire as he heroically tried to help the unit that shot him. The story was released to his family, and it took more than a month for the true story to come out. The story was broadcasted on the news, and a service was also held, with the fake story still in place. Questions like who made the story and who all knew about the story are questions that are still trying to be solved. The government, particularly the Pentagon, was frowned upon for either not ending the story or taking too long of learning Tillman's death to make a difference. From a star in high school to his life in the Army, Pat Tillman had a great impact on everything he was involved in. His excellent attitude and patriotism set him far in life. If you didn't know Pat Tillman before, you should have learned enough about him to give you a general idea and realize the bravery he had. Even though Pat Tillman ended his life with a terrible accident, he still went down as one of America's greatest heroes, and hopefully he will be remembered forever.